small ones, we give you a football. So that is how we started and started collecting. And this building up till date has 1,920 bottles. 1,920 bottles already in there. And getting a rough estimation of, in a bottle, in a big bottle, we can have 100 plus of these non-water plastic bags. Right. If that is containing 100 plus, the small ones would take 50 at least. Right. But the fact that the bottles are of different sizes, we say we put an estimation to say, okay, if every bottle is containing 50 plastic bags, that means we were able to save more than 96,000 plastic bags in these bottles here.
This project in Sifo by Young People Without Borders is a tremendous and brilliant idea, one that could be embraced by many. Indiscriminate dumping in our environment has ever been a problem, once that prompted the operation Clean the Nation. However, this initiative of Young People Without Borders is urging people to go back to the environment, collect waste, bring it and use it for something of serious economic value. We can spectrum.
Veteran teacher has launched a sextet of books which focuses on socio-cultural themes affecting the growth and intellectual development of Gambian society.
Welcome to this edition of the Banjul Express, a segment of the Weekend Spectrum. In my company is Mr. Michael Hamadiseka, who is also an author and a teacher at the same time. Mr. Seka, to begin with, how do you manage your time to write books, given your tight schedule as a teacher and also a servant?
Thank you very much. This is a popular question. It was a question that was asked to Picasso. So the answer that Picasso gave is the same answer I'm going to give you. If you try to dedicate 59 seconds of your minute and 59 minutes of your hour and 22 hours of your day and 360 days of your year to your work, you surely emerge successful. I was able to manage my time well with love, dedication, and commitment to my work. So that's why I'm able to blend both my work as a civil servant and a teacher with writing.
Most of your books are centered on socio-cultural challenges facing Africa and the Gambian society. What is so striking about such themes? Yeah,
what is so striking about my books is to try to demystify the information that our young students consume. Most of our scholars are passive learners. Whatever information they consume, they tend to take it so tenaciously. But you come to realize that a person like Karl Marx, who was described to be one of the most prolific writers, had 10 of his predictions wrong. So very few scholars would be able to detect such errors. Likewise, Marco Polo, who was described as the widest traveler. He traveled to Asia and was there for 2 decades to study the way the Asians govern. When he went back to Venice and set to write down his book, I mean, his book was seen as the best book in the world, but he made 2 omissions, which are very serious. He omitted to include the hanging walls of China and also printing that was going on in China. But what makes the hanging walls of China very important is that it is the only object that you can see over from the moon. And then printing to the Europeans could have benefited from it. But they have to wait for another century for Gutenberg to invent printing. Likewise to Plato and Socrates. If you look at the age gap between Socrates and Plato, is so wide. And all that we know about Socrates, about the apology, comes from the mouth of Plato. Likewise, Joseph Conrad, the author of Heart of Darkness, that book was described as the 6th best books in the world, and it was used in all American universities. And this is a book that questions the existence of the black humanity. So a book that questions an entire race, how do you consider it to be a good book? So this, among others, made me to write so as to demystify these authors.
I understand that you'll soon be publishing your 6th book. Now this development will make it, this development will bring your books to number 10?
Yeah, this will bring it to number 10. So, sorry, on Friday, God's Power, I'm launching other 6 books, and that will complete the list to be the 10th book.
Indeed, remarkable achievement. Now, how does that make you feel as an author?
Well, I feel very happy. I feel very proud. And as I told you, I mean, I agree with Fanon when he said, out of relative obscurity, each generation has a role to play. You either betray it or fulfill it. So I feel that I'm bequeathing a legacy to future generations that they can make good use of.
Thank you very much, Mr. Michael Hamadiseka. It was good having you on the Banjul Express. A high-profile Gambian working at the prestigious J.P. Morgan Chase is quite impressed with developments in the country. Margaret Bajan Ellis made these remarks during an exclusive interview with Weekend Spectrum's Sam Melba.
You work for J.P. Morgan Financial Institution.
Yes, I do.
Which is believed to be the world's strongest financial institution.
Right.
You've been away for almost 15 years.
Yes, I have.
Can you tell us why you are here in the Gambia?
Currently, I'm in the Gambia on a, I could say, official visit, or because I was actually invited to speak at a conference, the Green Africa Conference, which occurred 2 weeks ago, and I was a speaker at the conference. So I wanted to go ahead and spend my time in the Gambia, also exploring some consulting opportunities to come back and invest in the Gambia.
Tell us about your educational background, both in the Gambia and outside the Gambia.
Well, in the Gambia, I attended a few schools. I think it was 4 schools, starting with St. Joseph's Primary in Banjul, then moved on to St. Peter's High School, and then to St. Augustine's High School. And then in 1996, I attended St. Mary's University Extension for just a year, and then traveled to the United States from there. And once I got to the U.S., I attended 3 universities, 3 schools also. I could say 4. The first was I obtained an associate degree in communications and media. And then I moved on to bachelor's. I was still interested in communications. So I went ahead and got a bachelor's degree in communications, media and radio and television, and then a minor in English language. But then after my bachelor's degree, I decided that I wanted to be more into the speaking and training and teaching, because that's my foundation. So I switched degrees and pursued a master's in organizational behavior at a different university. And once I obtained that degree, I decided to start working for J.P. Morgan after my graduation in the training department. And then, so I had to go back to school in college and got other certifications in training and also in human resource management. So that's my educational background overall.
That's beautiful. So you are a consultant for J.P. Morgan?
Well, actually, I'm a full-time employee for J.P. Morgan in the Learning and Performance Solutions department. I'm a training officer for J.P. Morgan.
Can you tell us what your job entails, basically?
Well, my job requires me to train employees that are either hired new to the employee, brand new employees coming in, or existing employees who are already employed. And I also have the opportunity to be certified by J.P. Morgan Chase to train human resource classes and leadership development, which makes me very marketable within J.P. Morgan Chase. So I now have the opportunity not only to touch the employees at the employee level, but also to interact with leaders. So I train supervisors and middle managers and upper level management on different topics such as how to coach an employee for success.
Plans or goals for the Gambia?
I do have plans, actually. I'm glad you asked, Samuel, because the reason I'm exploring the market in the Gambia is because I'm interested in beginning a consulting firm in the Gambia. That doesn't mean I'm coming home now. It just means that my goals are to travel for the time being, to bring what I deliver at J.P. Morgan Chase, to bring it to the Gambia. So my plans are to start a consulting firm so I can train organizations that are interested in my services on the different topics that I've already written. So I've written curriculum on customer service, on team development, employee development, management. So I've written about 15 curriculum ready to go. And it varies. It ranges from how to interview and hire the right candidate for a job, all the way to how to make an employee be successful on the job, and even for the manager, how to be the most successful manager in an organization. So my goal is to contribute in the Gambia in the area of capacity building.
Finally, the Gambia